You can feel the electricity running through this arena. This is going to be some battle. One-on-one, mano-a-mano.
I assure you, making one of these competitors quit will be easier said than done. Oh! Nasty impact.
You gotta believe this one's over. What a stomp. Good grief. She might have it.
She's starting to fight out, guys.
She fights out.
But that doesn't mean the damage wasn't already done, Michael.
Look out. There she goes.
When we talk about submission matches, we have to speak about one that, in many people's eyes, set the standard. It was WrestleMania 13. Bret the Hitman Hart was in a heated rivalry with a brash star on the rise named Stone Cold Steve Austin. This match started like no other submission match, with the two superstars battling in the crowd and attempting to use ring steps as a weapon.
Oof! Byron, you mentioned the submission match between Bret Hart and Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. The rivalry between the Hitman and Stone Cold was so intense that WWE had no choice but to appoint mixed martial arts champion Ken Shamrock as the special guest referee. The Hitman didn't waste any time focusing his assault on Austin's injured knee.
Steve Austin was busted open, and in the ringside area, it looked like a tornado went through. Once locked in the sharpshooter, Austin refused to give up. Stone Cold passed out due to the excruciating pain, which was considered a submission, giving the Hitman the victory. If it's not the greatest match of all time, it's certainly in the discussion. The WWE Universe witnessed a classic submission match at 2016's Extreme Rules event. The Queen.
Oh, here it is, the Dragon Sleeper! She better do something fast. Oh, this is dangerous right here. Corey, you spoke of the submission match between Charlotte Flair and Natalya, and I need to point out that this match was not Flair's figure eight versus Natalya's sharpshooter. Victory could be achieved by making your opponent tap out to any submission maneuver. I think we all know why the Nature Boy was banned from ringside.
When Natalya had Charlotte locked in the sharpshooter, it seemed that the Queen of Hearts was going to be crowned the new champion. Of course, that was until Dana Brooke distracted Natty, giving Charlotte the opening to lock on the figure eight and force Natalya to submit. It wouldn't be a Flair match without a little bit of controversy, would it? I think this is the beginning of the end.
She's looking at it.
Unceremoniously.
Submission time. She better do something fast. She works her way out of the hold.
And I don't know how. That was locked in pretty good.
Beautiful technique.
What a stomp.
Good grief.
Inverted DDT. She's beginning to take some heat here. Momentum clearly not on her side right now, fellas.
I really expected much more from her here tonight. I'm pretty shocked to see her absorb so much punishment. In a submission match, the name of the game is to make your opponent tap out from a submission move. There have been so many submission specialists throughout the history of this great business. Bret Hitman Hart, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, William Regal, and Daniel Bryan are a few who come to mind. And on the women's side, I think about Alundra Blaze, Natalya, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and the boss, Sasha Banks.
Corey, earlier you spoke about a submission match, and one thing I'd like to point out is that a submission match is not necessarily the same as an I Quit match. The key difference is that a submission match requires the use of the submission maneuver. In an I Quit match, victory can be achieved by bringing your opponent to the point where they quit as a result of the overall punch. Oh, here it is, the Dragon Sleeper! When she gets in attack mode, look out!
One of the things a superstar who's competing in a submission match has to be careful of is if they have an injury or have been injured in the past and people know about it. You can bet in a submission match that your opponent is going to target that body part immediately. It's like having a giant bullseye on an arm, leg, ankle, or shoulder.
Byron, you brought up that a submission match can be especially dangerous for a competitor who's injured or had a known injury. I think that's why it's just as important as a submission match to be able to reverse the submission move from an opponent as it is. She shows signs of life.
She's showing a lot more than that.
She is on fire.
That running knee. Right between the shoulder blades.
Look at her go.
Both of these superstars looking a little worse for wear right now.
Taking on any more damage here could very well mean the beginning of the end.
Oh, what a kick! I don't know how these superstars are doing it right now. They've got to be exhausted.
Look out. There she goes. Back now inside the ring. And she's toying with her now. Looking at it here.
There's the cutter. Wow, she's fought.
Submission time. She better do something fast. There's the tap. There's the tap. This one's over. And here's a look back at some of the action from the previous match.
Look at her go. And here's the last piece of the puzzle.
Here is your winner, the Queen.
Guys, I don't think there was any other alternative but the tap there.
I could watch them go at it each and every week. What a match.
Another amazing match in the long and storied history of Survivor Series.